Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Today is Saturday, May 17th, 2025. My name is Edward Bevilacqua. This is Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help our students and interested people experience this life. It is also day 6 in week 4 of our 4-week neuroscience approach to success. So one more day, then Monday we start over. Week 1, day 1, once again. Good morning, Atticus von Atticus. What not a bevy is at work, and we'll say good morning, Miss Trinkle, wherever you are. Bark. Bink. Okay. Me. Okay, good, we're here. So today is G.school. Our focus on helping our students and interested people experience life is to focus on creating better habits in 4 areas. Physically, fitness and health. Mentally, always be learning. Emotionally, if you can't control your emotions, don't worry, somebody else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game. And number 4 is spiritually. And that's what we call G.school. So Saturday and Sunday is G.school, where we focus on the spiritual side, because at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, in the middle of the day, throughout the day, that is what is important. This life where we have a soul that continues after death, transcendent soul, preparing for what comes next. And we happen to believe that what happens next is a function of what happens now. So we have a gift of life. We can do with it whatever we choose. It's our life. We can do with it whatever we choose. If we choose to honor that life and follow the commandments of Jesus, we will become one with Jesus and the Father, as he says, the Creator. We will become one with that. If we go the other direction, there's the lake of fire. And who knows what else. But we choose to believe that as true because we believe that Jesus was God in the form of man. He came down to teach us not to sacrifice his life because of a complicated, convoluted thing of we are sinners, but God needs to have his son pay the price for the sins of people past, present, and in the future. Anyway, so G.school today, our theme of today is count your blessings. Wow, that's kind of a novel concept, right? Right, Atticus von Atticus? Yeah, okay. So Matt going to the Catholic Church tonight, I think that's a good idea. Now, Let said she is interested in going to the Catholic Church. So that could be an opportunity to meet her, spend time with her, etc. I will be going. And so you might want to, if you happen to be outside when she's outside smoking, you might want to say, by the way, you might want to go to the Catholic Church. I am thinking Colette, woman living in the main house, the new one. Okay, anyway, let's get on with it. It's 4:22, a lot of stuff to do today. The Knights of Columbus have a potluck lunch, and Kathy McKenna is getting an award today from the Nye Communities Coalition. So, boom, yeah. Full day and a lot of studying today, getting down to the end of it. So, and I've got to go in at 4:15 to get the results of my TB test. Then I'll be boom, number one, next, choich, and a whole bunch of stuff in between. So, let's get on with the show. Our theme of today, count your blessings. It's very easy to focus on the things we don't have. It's easy to focus on the things we want. It's easy to focus on the things that other people have. Maybe once in a while, if not all the time, but maybe once in a while, we should take a step back and count our blessings. Focus on what we actually do have. So if I go to the worksheet, this is what we call our attitude of gratitude. Step 2 in the pre-podcast part, the non-podcast part. So part 1 is a breathing exercise. Haven't done that for a while, so we'll do that today. Breathing exercise, not breathing exercise. That's kind of what's the difference between education and training. Well, do you want your kids to have sex education or sex training? Okay, so this is breathing exercise. So this is Huberman at Stanford. Dr. Huberman talks about how to fully open up our lungs. So it's a double inhale. So we inhale fully, and then you do another through your nose. Inhale to fully expand the lungs. So it looks like, and then you just let it pour out. So, and you do that twice. So it looks like this. And you'll feel it. Okay, so that's the breathing exercise. That gets us prepared for our attitude of gratitude. So this is a technique where you say, I'm so happy and grateful now that, then you close your eyes and you wait for the things to appear. Well, in fact, you actually turn it into a question. So our brain works on questions. So you'd say, what are 3 things I'm so happy and grateful for? And then you might see, boom, them flash into existence. You might see them scroll across the bottom. You might see a Star Wars thing of them scrolling up. What are 3 things I'm so happy and grateful for? Or you can turn it into this question. I'm so happy and grateful now that what? And then wait for the things you're happy and grateful for. And then focus on those and have an orientation in life. Next, have an orientation in life to always look on the bright side. Always look on the bright side. Yeah, Monty Python, Life of Brian. Always look on the bright side of your life. Okay, so, and next that we have in our daily routine, okay, good. Looked like it was frozen. Is a review of yesterday. Do it 3 times a day, morning, midday, and night. So you examine how you did, how yesterday was. Start into it by just breathing. Black lung, the black lung. How did I do yesterday? Where did I exceed expectations? Where did I fall short? It's a learning exercise. It's not a beat yourself up. It's not a, yeah, man, I'm great. And then lastly, step 4, project into the future. 1 minute to project the path of your day. Say your own personal prayer. And then we have a little thing from Caddyshack. See the ball. See the ball, Danny. No, 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 no. Okay. Count your blessings. Here's some advice from an 80-year-old. Count your blessings. Right, that's where we got it. The TED Talk for today, Kingdom of Heaven, the categorical imperative. I had dinner with Mark and Consuelo last night, Mark Lane and his wife Consuelo. Always a very great, interesting learning experience for me, being able to try to keep up with people who have an IQ of way higher than mine. People who are really, really smart. A rare commodity here in this area, west of Death Valley, west of Sin City, east of Death Valley, and south of Area 51. Hard scrabble country, Pahrump or Pahrumpertucky, you choose. Land where people carry guns around on their hips just because they can. Anyhow. Seth Godin, getting to next. There's a difference between rich and richer, and fit and fitter. The problem with a preamp that goes all the way to 11 isn't that it's louder. The problem is that very soon the person who bought one of those will want one that goes to 12. In other words, 10 isn't good enough. I got to have 11. Now I got to have 12. Living in the liminal space is unstable. The space, here's where I am. Here's where it's going. I'm living in this. What's going to be over here? When you get hooked on what you get next, instead of focusing on what actually matters in the now, we sign up for our crash. Right. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. Focus on what we have now. Appreciate it because it is so short. If you believe we have a soul that transcends death and there is an eternity, this life is nothing. There's no such thing as pain. There's no such thing as suffering. It's so short. You just need to get beyond that. Focus on the donut, not the hole, as my father would say. And my grandpappy from Missouri would say, muss is, because muss ain't sound right. Okay, let's see. We got anything else on our hit parade here? Nope. So G.school, the important thing is to experience this life. If we are made in the image of God, that means we are spirit. We now have a body. We are baryonic for the shortest period of time. Period of time that if eternity was a 7.84 mile walk, which happens to be 13,700 steps at a million, and each step is equals a million years, that is 7.84 miles. So if eternity just happens to be the age of the universe as our best scientists calculate, 100 years is a 1/10,000th of a million, or this yard. So that means 100-year life is equal to the width of a hair on our head, where eternity is a 7.84 mile walk. What's more important, eternity or the pleasure we get, or the absence of pain we get in that briefest of moments? Let's keep perspective. Let's keep our eye on the ball, people. Keep our eye on the ball. Okay, so yeah, that's where we are. And I think we'll call it a day. Just focus on count your blessings. And what are 3 things you have to be grateful for? And Atticus von Atticus, I think one is where you are, where you live. Okay, so let's end with that. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Don't forget the spiritual side. Don't forget the, yeah, okay. So we'll say and cut. Bump.